this is coming from future editing me, and I just wanted to let you guys know that since I filmed this video, my online coaching platform has finally launched. So to quickly summarize it, it's basically like having a virtual personal trainer. So I supply you with completely personalized, tailored workout guides and meal plans just for you. And yeah, you've got 24/7 support and access to anything you want from me. So if you're interested, then please do go to my website, which I don't actually know how to link something on the screen. I should probably find that out. But if I don't find that out, then it will definitely be in the down bar. So yeah, please fill that out, and yeah, thank you.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today I have a video that I have been wanting to film for the longest for you guys, and it's probably one of the most requested video suggestions that I get in my DMs, and that is my fitness journey weight gain transformation video. So today I'm going to be telling you how I went from a stick to, you know, like she got a bit of booty going on now. She's thinking all the right places. Not to gas myself up or anything, but your girl works hard. And also, before anyone says anything, I'm not saying that being a stick is a negative body type, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't feel confident if you're really slim, but for me that just was not my happy body type, and it wasn't my happy body. I didn't feel confident, I didn't feel comfortable, so I wanted to make a change. And that doesn't mean that you can't feel comfortable and confident in how you look. I'm not here to discriminate. So yeah, this video is basically going to be my story on how I went from, I want to say a UK size like 4 to 6 to size 8 to 10, which is pretty much what I wear now. So if you're interested in like my journey, everything to do with how I ate, how I worked out, sort of where I began and where I finished off. That's what a journey is, bitch. The mistakes I made along the way, my eating habits, all shit like that, then keep on watching. I mean, where the fuck should I really even start? Think about it, it makes logical sense to start from like primary school, so like just take it way back. Primary school is from like age 6 to like 12, 11, I don't really know. But this age was like the most carefree for me of my life. My weight never really concerned me. I never thought about it. It was not something that consumed my thoughts. I like to think that I ate kind of like the same as the other kids. I mean, I was a fussy eater when I was younger, but I guess who the fuck isn't when you're 6? I was active, I played sports, I played football, I did dancing, and yeah, like I never really ever thought about my body image at all. And then we move on to secondary school. Secondary school is another planet, like literally. You cannot prepare yourself for what secondary school is going to bring into your life. And don't get me wrong, like I would give anything to go back to school and just not have to adult anymore. Like, the secondary school literally just like turns your life around, pretty much. You know, everyone's going through puberty. It's a confusing time. You're surrounded by like a whole group of young people who are like still learning about life, still learning how to act and speak to people and carry themselves. And one thing that young people love to do is pick on you for something, and I feel like I know everyone has that one thing that like, okay, when I was in school, this is what I used to get picked on for. Like, you might have had a big nose, you might have had a spotty forehead. My one just happened to be that I was skinny, and it wasn't like, don't get me wrong, I didn't get bullied, but it was just like, if anyone wanted to dig at me or like have something to say or just make a little snidey comment, it was always like a weight related one. It's crazy to me that like I still remember some of the comments that I would receive. Like, I remember that there was like guys who wouldn't date me because I was too anorexic, and like I didn't have an eating disorder, I was just skinny as fuck. And oh my gosh, there was this one situation, like I literally remember it word for word, and it's so mad because it's literally like, what, like almost 10 years ago, probably 10 years ago, a whole decade ago. So I remember I was drinking a Diet Coke because that's what my mum used to buy in the house, so we just used to drink Diet Coke, and sipping on my Coke, minding my business, unprovoked, this guy comes up to me like,
why are you drinking Diet Coke? You're so skinny, you should be drinking full fat.
and I was like, bitch, like I'm actually out here minding my whole ass own business, and you're coming up to me and telling me what I should be eating and what I should be drinking. Like, kids are mean, man. Yeah, and then it was even like comments that I would get, like not just from school kids but from family and friends, telling me,
you look so much better if you ate more. Like, why don't you just eat more?
and I know that like a lot of people who actually genuinely cared about me and were like my family and friends were kind of just saying it like because they cared, but deep down I don't think they realised the effects that that has on somebody. I used to like take that and be like, oh my gosh, like, do they think that there's something wrong with me? And when I think about it now, I literally just think, imagine if the roles were flipped over. Like, you would never go up to a fat person and be like,
You would look so much better if you just stopped eating.
like, Rob, no one says that. And no one would say that, otherwise the backlash they would get would be nuts. No one can tell me that skinny shaming isn't a thing, because I've experienced it. And if you're a skinny girl, you have definitely experienced this before, where people just think it's okay to comment on your weight and make snidey little remarks because you're skinny. And it just makes it seem like it's a problem for your natural body type to be the way it is. And that is exactly how I started to see it. I started to feel uncomfortable, I started to feel unconfident. It definitely consumed my thoughts. It was on my mind all the time, and it just started to give me a really negative body image because people made me think that that wasn't okay. It's kind of deep shit here. That did cause me to then do loads of things to like try and protect myself and, like, you know, change my behaviour so that I wouldn't appear the way I did. So for example, I would only pose certain ways in pictures, like otherwise I literally just would take a picture like just certain angles. I would even wear layers under my clothes, like in the summer as well, like leggings or like a t-shirt or something, to make myself look bulkier than what I was. And it's kind of sad that I felt the need to do that, but I just felt like I didn't want to be picked on anymore, and I wanted to feel normal and all of that shit. So that was kind of like my experience with like bullying as such, or being picked on. It was never like a consistent thing, like, don't get me wrong, like I said, my secondary school experience outside of that was fine. It was just the thing that I used to get picked on for. So then I decided, like, right, I need to make a change. I need to fix what I'm eating. So the first thing that I thought to do was, right, if I want to put on weight, I need to eat like shit. So I was going to McDonald's every day after school, chicken and chips for breakfast, lunch, dinner, fizzy drinks, sweets, chocolate, everything. I was basically fueling myself with shit and thinking that that was what was going to make me gain weight. Obviously with some people it would, but for me, first of all, I wasn't necessarily increasing my portion sizes. I was just replacing what I was already eating with shit. And secondly, I have a naturally really fast metabolism and I was very active anyway, so it wasn't necessarily making much of a difference to my outside appearance, but it was making a difference to how I felt and how my body was functioning on the inside. And trust me, I paid for that, because I had like 6 fillings. Yeah. So I reckon I kept up eating that way for about a year and a half, and honestly I didn't really see a difference. It was just taking a toll on my insides, because I made the association that fast foods and fat was going to make me gain weight. And like I said, for some people it probably will, but for me it just didn't have that effect because I wasn't increasing the size of what I was eating. So I kind of just stayed the same and actually got a bit more unhealthy as the time went on. So when I realised that that wasn't working, we kind of moved into like college time, which in the UK college is from age 16 to 18. It's only 2 years. So for me, this would have been like 6 years ago now. It was probably in like 2014, and this was kind of like the very beginning of when Insta was like popping off. I mean, I know now it's popping off like through the roof, but this was kind of like when it first became a thing, and I first kind of discovered who Fitspos and fitness people and fitness influencers were. It was kind of like slowly becoming a bit of a bigger thing, and I noticed that girls were posting transformation pictures, from being like flat rulers to like having bum and waist and hips. And I was like, damn, like I've never seen this before. Like I want to be like you. Like I did not know gym could do this. Like it was when like gym started to pop and people realized like, okay, you can get thick from the gym. Like it was kind of that time, and I took mad inspiration from that. I think like the first few people I followed was like Tammy Hembro and Katia Henry, and people like that, and I watched their videos and I was like, right, I'm getting my ass to the gym, and I joined my college gym, which it was tiny. It was literally like not even much bigger than my room at the moment, and it had like 4 dumbbells and a squat rack and like 5 machines, but it was something. It was a starting point for me, and I literally, so funny, I had no clue what I was doing when I first started. I have this memory of like being on the leg press because I was training legs obviously when I first started, and I was going for like 25 reps straight, just like roughing it out and this guy like next to me, like I knew him, and was like,
aren't you gonna take rests in between your sets and reps?
And I was actually like to him, the fuck is a rep? The fuck is a set? Like I knew nothing, and that just shows like how far I've come. I started out just in my college gym. I'd sometimes go with some of my classmates to motivate each other, and then I took that to actually buying a gym membership, and I went to the gym with a few of my friends that I met from college, and we all trained together, and it was really motivating. We'd go like on the weekends or after college when we could, and then it ended up just being like me and one of the friends who we go like all the time. We were super on it. We go like 2 to 3 times a week, and it really helps having somebody there, especially when you start your journey. I know that it's super hard to be able to find somebody who's got like the same routine as you, the same gym goals as you, lives near you, to be able to go to the same place. But if you can find somebody, then I really highly recommend trying to go with somebody, because I feel like it really encouraged me to be able to finally find the confidence to go by myself. So yeah, we trained together, but we'd only ever touch legs and abs. We never touched upper body. I was so fucking weak on my upper body for years and years, which obviously I train it now. Now I've got like 2-3 days of upper body in my week. So yeah, I changed that in my lifestyle massively, and I started to see a lot of beginner gains in the gym, which I'm sure people will tell you about. Like when you first start attending the gym, your body is like in shock mode, right? Because you're doing loads of different exercises you've never done before. You're targeting muscles, touching muscles that your body has probably never even used in that way, and you feel it. You feel it. The first day I did legs properly, bitch, I could not get out of bed. I physically had to like roll out and drop myself onto the floor because my legs were numb. That is the level of pain that I was in when I first started training, but obviously it's all worth it now, and I noticed a lot of gains really quickly in the gym, and I was becoming like really obsessed and, dare I say, addicted to the adrenaline rush that I got from working out. So the gym was one major change in my life, and then the second change came with my eating, which obviously was really poor for many years. And this time I was like, right, I'm going to the gym, like I need to change what I'm eating, otherwise there's no point, like I'm not going to be making any gains. I need to fuel my body, right? The first thing I changed was what I was eating, the quality of the food that I was eating. I switched out, you know, things like chips for rice and pasta, and like fried chicken for grilled chicken, and like sweets for fruit. So not saying that I don't eat any of those bad things now, but in moderation, whereas before I was eating it like basically every single day. So yeah, the quality of food is definitely what you need to look at, and obviously the types of food that you're eating, just look at according to your goals. I knew for me I need to be eating a lot more carbs because I wanted to gain the weight, whereas, you know, if you're trying to maintain, you might just want to have an even proportion of foods. If you're trying to lose, less carbs, more veg, more fruit. Just kind of look at it according to what your goals are. So I knew for me I needed to be eating more carbs and more protein to see those gains. So that was the first thing that I did with food. The second thing was increasing portion size, which I had not been doing this whole time, and I wasn't really aware of increasing portion size. I kind of just thought if I eat bad, I'll put on weight. But no, you need to be eating more. And for me, I've always been a bit of an intuitive eater. I've never tracked calories really, but it would help massively if you did track your calories so you could properly stay on track of everything you're consuming. But for me, like, girl, I don't have time for that. So I kind of just based it off of what I knew I usually eat and just consciously make an effort to eat more. Slowly but surely, obviously, because you don't want to shock your body into, like, you know, eating massive portions out of nowhere and then just not be able to finish your meals. But for me, it was kind of just like, okay, if I usually have 2 pieces of chicken with dinner, this time I'm gonna have 3, or maybe just add an extra spoonful serving size of rice onto my plate and just increase that week by week until, you know, I'm having like quite large portions and I'm able to manage it and not feel sick or lethargic or like I can't finish it at the end of the meal. The third thing I did was actually try and add an extra meal onto the end of the day. I know that sounds like, oh my gosh, such a massive task, especially when you're not used to eating a lot, but I don't mean a massive meal. So for me, it was literally like boiled eggs on toast, or like a protein smoothie, which, hold on one sec, bear with, I've currently got right now. So good. I'll put like the ingredients up here somewhere. Just trying to add on an extra small meal that's got about 300-400 calories in it. Just boost your daily calorie intake up a little bit and it doesn't feel too heavy. And obviously it's up to you when you want to consume that meal. For me, I found it the easiest in the evening. I would have already had all my meals for the day and then I could just stick that on the end. But it's really up to how your lifestyle is now, because I work in a gym. I wake up so early, so I have like a breakfast and then a second breakfast and then lunch and dinner. So I'm not talking, you know, a whole extra plate of chicken and rice or big bowl of pasta and mince. Like, no, just keep it small, but just to get those calories in. So just like a bigger snack basically. And then moving on to that, snacks as well. So I've always been a bit of a snacker and a picker, but it was kind of consciously making the effort of what those snacks were. Before, they'd be crisps, chocolate bars, sweets, fizzy drinks, but now I'm kind of making sure that my snacks are a lot more nutritious and they're actually going to benefit me and fuel me. So I have things like nuts, almonds, walnuts are my favourite, rice cakes, banana and peanut butter, even protein. Like, I'm literally sipping on a protein shake now. Protein is kind of like in its own little section, but I have protein shakes like almost every single day, especially when I first started my journey. Sometimes I'd even have them twice a day. They are most effective to be taken 30 minutes before or after a workout because they help to repair the tears in the muscles after you've exercised, which means it's feeding the muscles, making them repair quicker, therefore they can afford to grow quicker. I drink Protein World shakes at the moment. If you guys want some money off, I have a cheeky little code which I will put up on the screen somewhere, probably here. No, actually it will look better there. Here. So you guys can use it and let me know if you buy it. My favourite flavours at the moment are salted caramel and Sunday fudge. Is it Sunday fudge? Fudge Sunday. And banana. They're all insane. They literally taste so nice with just like coconut milk or almond milk. I feel like I've literally spoken for England in this video, but just a little update now to where I am at the moment. So I am working in a gym as a fitness instructor and a personal trainer, so I'm very, very active, probably the most active that I've ever been in my whole life. So I'm actually, like, you know, consciously trying to eat more. Like, I do still eat those 4 meals a day, I snack a lot, protein shakes, big portions where I can. It's hard and it's expensive, but it's what you have to do, because if you want to make it a lifestyle, you have to make those changes and stick with them. So yeah, I'm active, I'm working out, not as much as I could be, but still, like, I'm gonna say like average 3-4 times a week. I want to make it 5. I keep saying this, it needs to be 5. My weight fluctuates between, I want to say, like around 63 to like 66 kilograms. When I first started my weight gain journey, I was probably about 54 kilos, so I've put on like average 10 kilos since I started my journey. For reference as well, I am 5'6.5" or 169 centimeters. I'm a lot more confident in the weight that I'm at the moment. It's obviously a consistent long journey. If you are looking to gain weight, you can't just expect to eat more for a few days and put on the pounds and train like once or twice and grow a booty and grow some muscles. It just doesn't really work like that. You know, where I made the most amount of gains in my journey was probably from my first year in college to my first year in uni, and that was like, what, 2 to 3 years is where the gains really started to like show. So I think you have to be patient, be consistent, be determined, know that it's something you want, and most importantly, make it a lifestyle. Don't have, you know, 1 day on and 3 days off, or do it for a month and then forget about it for 2 months. You have to make it a lifestyle and really try and keep on track with it, especially if it's something that you want that bad. So yeah, obviously I'm up and down in my weight and my training and my body image, but I'm in a much better place in my life and I feel so much more confident about how I am. I love the gym, I love food, and I'm a lot happier. So thank you guys for watching this video. I know it's been so rambly and so talkative, but I just had to get everything out there because I really wish that I had a video around like this when I first started my journey, with somebody giving me all the advice and all the tips and tricks and how they managed to gain the weight and maintain that weight. So if you guys have any more questions, or there was something that I probably didn't touch on in the video, then please do let me know. Just leave a comment below or message me on Instagram. I'll put it up on the screen. And yeah, again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.